What's up, YouTube? Long time no see, and I apologize about that. I don't know what happened to me. I just kind of got down in a slump. Didn't really want to fool with this stuff anymore. Basically, took a year off from doing anything. I have done a little bit of stuff or some stuff you haven't seen. Cherry Bomb is here, and we're getting ready to start work on the body work on it. Try and get some paint on it so I can get it outside. And I'm not leaving it outside. I just, in case it rains or something like that, I need it to be okay. Now, as far as our plans this year, already, it's already March and they're already shot. The only thing that I can possibly hope for is the T-top car out there, getting it in, getting it on the frame rack, fixing a quarter panel on the roof on it, get it painted. We really want to take that to the Nationals in Louisville, Kentucky. Now, this car here, Cherry Bomb, was supposed to go the Power Tour, and I messed around. I didn't get tickets fast enough. I mean, they started selling January 26th, and 1st of March, they're sold out. A couple single day passes, and that had been the one to went to the Route 66 tour. It would have been amazing, but I missed it. Procrastination is everybody's worst enemy. But let me go over Cherry Bomb, what we're getting ready to do. All right, so I don't even think I did much of a video on this. I'm getting ready to pull this motor and transmission out. This is the original motor that was in the Capri. That's how it is, how I pulled it out. I put a high volume oil pump on it and an oil pan, a deep sump oil pan. And they don't sell a dipstick for it. And this being an earlier motor, it's not going to work. And besides, it's tired. The motor really isn't all that. So I have another engine over here. And I pulled a head off of it. It looks really good. It's a little bit later model engine. What I've noticed about it though, it's supposed to have come out of an 83. Two-piece rear main seal. It is a 302. I pulled the head off of it. It's not a 255. But it has the dipstick in the block. So, that being said, pulled the head off. Engine looked extremely good. Gonna send the heads off to the machine shop, have them gone through, surface, whatever, checked out, and get it back on the engine, get everything put back together, and we're gonna put this in Cherry Bomb. We've decided not to do the hot rodism with Cherry Bomb. We're gonna leave him stock for the most part, a good cruiser. Just finished, get it painted red, and we'll have some look-alike welds on them. I'm going to take them off old Blue Coupe out there and stick on it. And now I put an 85, 86 nose on it. That is coming off. I'm going to put the 83 nose back on it. So, because I've already got a blue, light regatta blue 85, 86. I have a medium Canyon red 85, 86 coupe. So I don't need three 85, 86 coupes. So, and whenever I get done, man, I've got bumpers for days for these 85, 86 coupes. So there'll be some for sale. Air compressors are pumped up. I am going to work on getting the trim off this, get this off, and I'm basically going to try to work on getting this quarter panel worked in, straightened up. This is a Rust-Oleum paint job, fellas, ladies. This ain't going to be great. I ordered the hardener off Amazon, and I ordered it Speed Coat Clear that old boy uses on the internet. Let's hope and pray that it's going to look somewhat decent. But I'm gonna take this off, trim this up where they've been painting on it. It just looks rough. All this is gonna be black. This is gonna be black. This, the trim, this is all gonna be black. This is gonna be black. This is gonna be black. It just needs to be blacked out there. I get this quarter panel done. I'm gonna bring some doors in here. I started to use this door. Not gonna work for me. It's got a crack in it, pretty big. I was gonna fix it, but I've got doors. I got plenty of doors. So that's coming off. But yeah. I'm waiting for it to heat up a little bit more in here. And I'm getting ready to take my Bondo and warm it up. And I've got to get this cleaned off. But I got a few things to take off first. And we're going to start spreading some mud. Alright, so got that off, got the trim off. I guess I might go ahead and work on these two dents right here. Might as well. My hardener for my paint ain't going to be in till Wednesday, I think. Need to get the back bumper loose. I can finish up my quarter panel work, get all that cleaned up. I completely forgot about this rocker. I gotta finish stitching up the rocker, welding up all the holes and stuff on it. Yeah, still got a lot to do. But this thing's got to get out of here in the worst way. So get the rest of the interior out. So I started painting some of it black. The dash is painted. New dash pad is on. Just goofing around, obviously. I've got a rebuild kits for the door panels. Then we're gonna get them dyed black. But it's coming along. I might buy a new headliner, but it actually don't look too bad, so I might just paint it. Like I said, this is as budget as it gets as far as an old car. It really wasn't worth fixing at all, but I just fixed it with stuff I had left laying around. Alright, so I got the dents ground down and made a mistake and hit my glass with that grinder. And I knew better. I was going to tape a piece of wood right here, like some paint sticks, but I got cocky, and that's what happens. So now I'll always know how that spot got there, because I'm not replacing this glass. Up here standing on the ramp, this one right here is pulled out pretty good. It's not too bad. Thank God it's not a show car. I pulled on this some, but I've got a lot more to do to this one. This one is actually pretty tough. When we get back on it, get it pulled off, next time you'll see it, all these will be cut off. All right, so they're pulled out about as good as I'm gonna get them. They're not super great. I went over to Dad's and shook up some Bondo and some of this Pro Glass. This is new to me, but it's basically Duraglass with resin already in it. So it's thinned out, it's a little bit easier to work with. And that's what I'm going to use for a base coat. It's got a lot of strength to it. A little bit easier to smear and easier to work than the old original Duraglass. Coat is on. I'll knock it down, put another light coat on there, knock it down, then go over it with Bondo. So essentially it should be like metal to here when I'm done. I'm just trying to get this build up because it wasn't perfect at all. I'm gonna finish getting this paint off here. I am gonna go ahead and work on the deck lid, get the edges of it dressed up. I left the primer over at Dad's because I knew I wouldn't be spraying it tonight. So, but yeah, this car needed some body work. I got to run out there and get my doors, get them in, get them sanded down. Let's see here. Got a dent here to fix, and I noticed I have a dent here to fix, which that's not too bad. This door's obviously getting replaced. I gotta take this stuff off too, just like I did over there. But right now, just one side at a time. Might as well just go ahead and get this whole car in the K, the 2K primer, and get it blocked out best I can. Then we'll start spraying it. So go from there. All right, so the first layer of Duraglass down, or Glass Pro. Now I'm skimming over it with that. I got too much hardener in it. I started to re-smear this. I had to scrape it back off real quick. I'm gonna knock all this down and redo that. I gotta finish getting the paint off here, but I don't know how much more I'm gonna do tonight. I don't even know what time it is. I've got kind of wore down. So I may work on this trunk, getting it fitting up a little bit better. Just to give me something, you know, just a change of pace, something a little different. So I decided to work a little bit more. I still got a low spot right there, which is crazy. This is coming around, looking pretty good. That's gonna work out really nice. I was kind of concerned at first, but it's coming around. I might just strip some more of this paint back and feather this in a little bit more, and it'll look good and square. Which there's some issues on the other side. And actually, the crazy thing about these cars, there's actually a slight lip off these things, so I'm gonna have to work that back in there, because there is like just the slightest little dip. You can barely see it, but for the most part, this thing is gonna actually turn out being pretty straight. This is still low right here, so I'm probably actually gonna rough this up with some 40 grit, smear it again. Probably should have done a little better body work on it, but like I said, this car is gonna be a beater. Hey guys, this is Sunday. I did put a little bit of filler primer on this, just goofing around. It actually was a lot straighter than I thought it was, but I still wanted to redo all this right here. Filler primer's up on the top. Now mind you, it's not straight. It's not 100% perfect at all. But like I said, this is a Rust-Oleum paint job on this car, and this is just gonna be a beater. It's just gonna be a beater. Now, I originally told you the plan was to put this motor in here because it was just a mild, ready to go motor, you know. But I forgot I got this Explorer GT40 motor laying right here, so I think that's what's going to go in it. So I just got to change the oil pan and change the dipstick, change the oil pan, change the dipstick, change a few things on it, and might slide a B camshaft in it. I've got a set of trick flow valve springs that'll go right in there, and she'll be be solid. I'll probably run a stock rocker arms on it because, hey, I don't care. It don't have to, it's not a hot rod, but it can sound good. So I got to go outside and get my doors. I got a good set of doors off 85, 86. And now we just wait for paint to dry and bundle. All right, we're going to call it for the weekend. Put another coat on this. Now, mind you, as you can see, I mean, I'm going right back down to the metal, but I'm getting it towards straight. We're getting there pretty good. This is actually going to be a pretty decent repair. I did have a pinhole show up right here, so I put a little mud in that. But this actually turned out really good for what we're going to do with it. So I'm kind of in the groove now. And man, I have tried, there's some new sandpaper. Let me show you this. I had to go buy a sanding block. I still end up not even using it. But this brand of sandpaper right here, this ain't no joke. Now, I use 6-inch self-adhesive, and that's what this is. Comes in a Ziploc bag, and it's very nice. It's gonna make some quick work of this. Now, whenever I bought that Pro Glass, the guy gave me that, threw it in there, said, "Here, take this." Well, he knew what he was doing, because I'll buy it from now on. But the car is looking really straight. My pet peeve on these coupes, the quarters have to be straight. Like, I can't stand going up and seeing a car that looks like it's got a football growing in it, where it's just got so much Bondo where it's been tweaked so bad. And I'm not going to say you're not going to be able to tell this, but I want it as straight as possible. So, outside of that, I am going to fix this dent right here, just because of that. Everything looks pretty good over here. Looks like somebody put their big foot up here, standing on top of the roof, and there's a dent right here. I've decided to leave those. Unless I can get up inside of it and push it up a little bit. If I can do that, I'll take a little bit of it out. But outside of that, I just got to start getting this red paint off here. And go get my gallon of 2K primer and get this thing blocked out and sprayed. And I was going to, and I may still do this. Anybody that's dealt with one of these deck lids knows about this. Now, I thought about fixing this and showing everybody how to do it. But what I would do here is split this right up here. Cut off wheel saws or whatever. And I'd have my level where I want to, and I'd set my gap where I wanted to, and put a space in there and tack it. And then I would probably take like a, you could probably take some old coat hanger or whatever. I got a bunch of these studs laying around where I pulled some dents on this thing, but I would just lay it in there and fill it in like that. And the same over here. This side is just as bad. Well, it's not as bad. I could almost stitch this up without adding a filler to it if I just separated a little bit. Now this back here looks fairly decent. Not too bad. But this, on the other hand, is way off. And that's just going to be one of those things that I don't think I can live with that. I mean, that's awful. There are trim that goes around here, but if anything, that'll make it more definitive that this is off. So I'm actually going to fix this. I don't know how yet. I might actually cut a piece off the old deck lid that was on here and weld it on here. Like, just keep cutting and filing and grinding until I get it lined up the way I want it to, so it'll feather in there, and probably weld it in place. And because all the edges on this thing is just terrible, I'm like, there's gonna be Bondo all the way around the full perimeter of this deck lid. But you know what? It is what it is. And it's not gonna be a perfect job. Like, I'm just gonna, but it's gotta line up. It don't have to be super straight. But yeah, we're finally starting to move in a direction on this. And you know, those of you that come back to watch some more, I appreciate you. I promise you I'm going to try to stick it out this time. Also, no promises. That's it for the weekend wrap up. Thank you all for hanging out with me. We're going to start getting some stuff done. I've got too many parts laying around here that needs to be used up. And actually, the worst part about this is this car is not going to absorb most of those. But where I started the body work, I can't set it outside. And I started that body work Thanksgiving weekend 2024. So it's been in here for an awful long time. So we're gonna get her back going. Hopefully hit some car shows with it this fall. Maybe this summer, I don't know. But yeah, guys, peace. Have a great weekend. What's later?